Ladies and gentlemen, he's a very good-looking man, and he was up at the Edinburgh Festival, and this is the only do 2 festivals every year. I do the East Anglian Festival of Song, Dance and Mime at the Linda Lusladi Amphitheatre in Cromer. It's beautiful. And I always used to, I don't anymore, but I used to do the Edinburgh Festival up there in the Bournemouth of the North. And whilst there, I always campaigned to get the name of the Edinburgh Castle changed to the Roy Castle, in honour of one of the greatest live entertainers this country's ever seen. But tonight, entertaining you from Edinburgh, right here in London's glittering West End, Mr. Max Dowler, ladies and gentlemen.
Very much. Hello. I'm Max. Yeah, I'm not actually from Edinburgh, just to anyone confused. It's not Scottish. But I will, sort of on topic. Oh, hello, you're really close. I will be doing some impressions for you. Exciting. No, that's about the right level of enthusiasm. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, I say that because, you know, sometimes I think too much enthusiasm can be a bit of an annoying thing, can't it? If someone's sort of too enthusiastic and really sort of up in your face with their keenness and enthusiasm, it can be a bit annoying. And there's this one guy who just seems to be everywhere I go at the moment. Everywhere I turn, there he is suddenly, just popping out at me. And I think because he's a comedian too, he sees himself as some kind of guru figure for me. He's always trying to give me advice and trying to sort of help me out, but frankly, it's not very useful. And, you know, I can just be there in a local cafe or something, and I'll be doing some writing, just keep my head down, mind my own business, you know, and he'll bowl in, "Cafe Nero, my favourite cafe of them all! Hello, what are we doing here? Are we well?" Yep, yeah, fine. No, I'm just doing some writing, actually. I don't know if you know the American actor at all. Oh! Americans. Oh, Americans. Have we noticed? Americans, when they say pants, they mean trousers. I know, you want to be kind, don't you? Because that voice, ladies and gentlemen, that voice. That's the sound of a man who's ripe for a nervous breakdown. You know, he's had a tough time. And look, I've told you before, Michael, I can't really use your obvious observational material. It's not really what I do. I've tried to do. Oh, have you noticed the irony in you criticising me for making obvious observations? Which, in and of itself, is by far the most obvious thing that there is to say. Without me, we notice the irony. Oh. Yeah, no, that is quite ironic. Thank you, Michael. Can you stop skipping, please? We're in a cafe, everyone's staring. It's one of the downsides, ladies and gentlemen, of working in the glamorous world of entertainment, like I do, is you do end up with friends, acquaintances, like Michael there. Well, you do get the kind of 100% true facts and stories that I'm just going to be sharing with you for the next few minutes. Like, for example, I happen to know some of these 100% true facts and stories. I did have this brilliant deal actually lined up to sell them all to a well-known Sunday newspaper, but unfortunately that went by the wayside. Thanks very much, Rebecca Brooks. But it's fine, you know, I'm raking it all back. I took a sellout show up to an Edinburgh venue with a capacity of 50. So it's raking it all back in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So you do find out these little facts and stories. Like, for example, I know they're making another A-Team film. I don't know if you've heard this, and they're recasting the Mr. T. B.A. Baracus role. Last time they had a cage fighter, and it's obvious who they're going to get this time, I think, because, you know, you think about that part, don't you, and you think, bearded, belligerent, and famously hard to please. B.A. Baracus is at the top of his game. I pity the fool who underestimates me. In business, no one has ever shut me in a warehouse with a load of toot and a blowtorch expecting me to build a bloody tank. No, quit your jibber jabber. Now, first thing it says here on your CV is that you love it when a plan comes together, but let me tell you, my friend, this one's been falling apart since the word go. Now, I've spoken to my trusted advisors, Murdoch and the face man here, But I don't need them to tell me that this mission has been a complete bloody shambles, and for that, reluctantly, Hannibal, you're fired. He's not a very versatile actor, Lord Sir Alan of Sugar. Yeah, you can clap that. It's going to be an amazing film. He's going to rip up the screen. And not a very versatile actor, but it doesn't matter. I say, stick to what you know. After all, you know, for one of the 2 days a year when some variety of MasterChef isn't on our screens, it's only 2 days. It's fine. We can get through them. You've probably seen, haven't you, Baldy Greg just gets up to his usual tricks, just does what he's best at. That is lovely. Oh yeah, that is yummy. You know, all that stuff. You've probably seen him if you think back without even really noticing. There he is, isn't he? Up in his tree with his binoculars. Oh yeah. Those panties look delicious. Ooh. Pudding. Peeping doesn't get better than this. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, they always like to have them on television. It's just to keep them off the streets. It's a menace, an absolute menace. That's public service broadcasting for you. That's what you pay your licence fee for. If you didn't know, just to keep Greg Wallace where they know where he is. Keep an eye on him. But no, come on, you know, it's really easy to mock Greg because he's a simpleton. It's fine. Far rather, in some cases, a simpleton than someone really intelligent. I don't know if anyone in here has ever spent time with someone who's sort of vastly more intelligent than them, you know, brain the size of a planet, that sort of thing. I used to live with this professor guy, 100% true facts and stories. I used to live with this professor, and it was impossible because he was the kind of guy, he always wanted to explain things in really overcomplicated language. You know, so, yeah, I know, someone down here, they've been there, and he just had this fetish for over-explaining things. You'd just be getting on with your daily household chores, and this little voice would pipe up from the back of the room. You just hear it going, there are thousands and thousands, maybe millions, of particles, and they're all accelerating much, much faster than the human eye can see. And they're all being sucked together into this black hole. Here's Professor Brian Cox. There's always a couple of stories. They're all being sucked together into this black hole, getting denser and denser, until eventually... Brian, I'm just doing the hoovering! I know, I had to kick him out in the end. I don't know what he does now. He presents documentaries or something. Far rather him than me in many ways. Yeah, I'll do that for money, that's fine. No, because documentary presenting is a very crowded field now. Some of you probably heard that the BBC have signed up a major Hollywood star for their next documentary series. It's going to be amazing. Christopher Walken, ladies and gentlemen, is moving into presenting. Really exciting. Keep an eye out for a show. It's going to be amazing. It's called Walking with Dinosaurs. I don't run the BBC. Blame them. Jeez. Hi, kids. Welcome to Walking with Dinosaurs. Oh. Triceratops. 3 horns. Crazy. An herbivore. This freaky guy, he won't bite. He would stab you, skewer you, gore you in the ass. Little man, you'll be dead. Go on. He's a very unpredictable man, Chris. Not the kind of guy you want, I don't think, is he, with his finger on the nuclear button. Boom. I think, fortunately for all of us, of course, the guy with all the nukes, the altogether more level-headed Barack Obama. There must be some people in here who've read Barack Obama's beautiful book, Dreams from My Father. If so, you'll know this one. So sorry. There's an early chapter in there where Barack, beautiful passage, writes such beautiful prose, describes his hopes and dreams for the future. It turns out all he ever really wanted to do in life is to read the classified football results on a Saturday afternoon. Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 1. Bolton Wanderers 0. Sunderland 0. Yeah. Manchester United 1. Tottenham Hotspur 3. Yeah, 3. An emphatic away win for Spurs at Old Trafford. Not this season, Barack. Ever the optimism. You've got to keep hoping, haven't you? No, people are very hard on Barack, though, aren't they? They kind of go, oh, he hasn't lived up to expectations. But, he was never going to be as funny as George Bush. So, yeah, so just give the guy a break. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been lovely. I'll leave you with a little bit of advice, actually, before I go. A little bit of advice. As I just mentioned, I went out to Edinburgh this year. I had a terrible journey, if I'm honest. My advice to you, whatever you do, I thought it might be fun to download a new voice for my sat-nav machine. Some of you probably heard of sat-navs. Yeah, a few. Don't, whatever you do, go for early 90s TV quiz host Roy Walker of catchphrase fame. Don't do it. I set off, eagerly awaiting the first direction from Roy. At the end of the road, 5 seconds, here we go. Right! But no, which is fine. That's fine. That's fine if you need to turn right. I soon realised, however, that I downloaded, it wasn't official Roy Walker merchandise. You know the little RW that's on all official Roy Walker merchandise, all the lunchbox, the action figures, all that stuff. Didn't have it. It was just some guy who downloaded a load of sound clips off the internet. And of course, in the show, he never said left, did he, ladies and gentlemen? He never said left. So there I was. Eventually, I peeled away up the M1. It's good, but it's not the one. It's a business idea that should never have got off the ground, quite frankly. I ended up getting the bus home, which reminds me, actually, I should go just before I got on. I got an excited text from Michael telling me he just noticed something really interesting about buses that he couldn't wait to share with me. So, I think I know, but better go and find out what that is. You've been lovely. My name's Max Dowler. Thanks very much. Cheers.